Hi, I'm Brian Van from SportBikeTrackGear.com, and today we're going to do a video review and overview on the Woodcraft Rearsets. We've kind of done a series now. We've covered a lot of the different brands that we offer here at Sport Bike Track Gear, okay? Woodcraft is a company that's owned by a friend of mine. His name is Eric Wood. He is a very accomplished motorcycle racer that has a high level of engineering ability. He has raced at the highest level here in the U.S., AMA Superbike, been really successful there, successful as a club racer, okay, and he's also a riding instructor. So what he's done is he's taken this engineering ability, right, this design ability, he's blended it with his motorcycle riding experience. This guy's ridden and raced on just about every kind of bike you can imagine, and being at the track as much as he is, he's seen all kinds of wrecks, gotten all kinds of feedback, uses all that to bring a line of parts that is really geared towards track use. Doesn't mean you can't use them on the street. They're certainly fully functional and ready to be used on the street if that's your choice, okay? But when he's building this stuff, he's designing it, he's really gearing it towards the racetrack. Let's talk about the rear sets now. I've got two examples here in front of me. I've got a Ducati 848 set here on my right. I've got a Triumph 675 set, a GP shift set here on my left. Most of the rear sets are available in the clear anodized or the black, right? Let's talk a little bit more about the parts. The machining quality is great, the design quality is great. As compared to some of the other ones that we've reviewed, a little bit less adjustability, okay? And that's not because he couldn't design the adjustability in, it's because he thinks when it comes to pure racing, that all that adjustability can also be a weak link on the rear set, right? It's another spot where it can break if you have a tip over. He's trying to design this so if you have a wreck, there's a strong possibility you'll be able to pick it up and there will be the rear set will be enough intact still. You can finish your race, get your points, because that can be really important. It can be the difference between a championship and second place, right? Over the course of a long season. That being said, a lot of the kits now do have a measure of adjustability built into them. And what we're going to do now is we're going to show you that with this Ducati 848 peg. These are just loosely assembled. Okay, I took them out of the packaging, loosely assembled them for the purpose of this video. I'm going to go ahead and pull this foot peg off. There is an eccentric built into this foot peg. Like so. You can see the various holes here. And I bolted the heel guard on the back side of this rear set bracket purposely just so you could have a better look at this. You can see here the hole for the bolt is offset and then you have a locator pin. So you're able to match up side to side so they're the exact same height. And this is going to give you a fair range of adjustment. It's not a ton, right? But it's enough to kind of dial it in and make it just right for you. As you can see on this particular Ducati, there are also provisions to raise or lower the rear sets using these holes right here. Another feature that we've seen is there is some adjustability for the toe pieces on some of the kits as well. Same concept as he used here on the foot peg, right? You've got the eccentric, you've got the offset hole, you're able to move it around. Well, I've got this shifter in my hand. You can see this is designed in multiple pieces, right? Toe piece, replaceable. The actual lever itself is able to be unbolted and replaced, and then the knuckle, which is the most heavy-duty piece of this kit, is a separate item. Most often in a wreck, you're going to damage the toe piece and or the lever, okay? You can buy each one of these components individually, right? We can order all those for you and bring them in individually. So if you do have a fall, you can replace this stuff piece by piece. He's designed that into it to keep the repair costs down in the event that you do have a wreck. Something else that is also really important to note is with the adjustability he's provided, he's also blended in a ton of his own knowledge so that realistically, even in a neutral position, these rear set pegs are going to be at the optimum spot to get you the necessary ground clearance, okay? Not too high, not too low, not too far back, not too far forward. He's used all of his knowledge to really right from Jump Street, get these pegs in the best possible spot for most of us out there. The only time that might not hold true is for people that are on the ends of the spectrum in terms of height and size, okay? If you're shorter than, say, 5'7", right? If you're a little shorter, or if you're 6 feet 6 inches taller, okay, then a fully adjustable kit might be a better choice for you, okay? Because you might need a little more ability to move that and get it in the right spot for you. But with the Woodcraft stuff, for 97% of us out there, right from Jump Street out of the box, these things are going to be perfect, okay? It's all about the cornering clearance and getting yourself in a position on the motorcycle where you can be athletic on the bike and you can move back and forth and try and keep as much weight off your hands as possible. And that's the advantage of having a guy who actually rides and races a motorcycle and teaches riding at a high level, designing the parts. Takes all that knowledge and experience and puts it into the parts. Materials used. He has purposely used T6061 aluminum. And the reason behind that is because in the event of an accident, that stuff can bend a little bit easier than some of the higher grades, the stiffer grades can bend a little bit easier, which can help reduce damage to the bike, and oftentimes you can even bend it back a little bit. Some of the stiffer aluminums, you try and do that, you try and bend it back, they snap. Kind of think like a lever on a bike. If you ever bent your lever and try to bend it, I've seen those, they're kind of stiff and rigid. They'll snap off. This is also very easy to weld. Almost any welder with any experience can weld 6061, right? You get into the higher grades, the stiffer grades, those are really tricky to weld, okay? So he's trying to think all these things through to keep you on the track, enjoying your track days, enjoying your racing, right? Because as we all know, those days are few, far between and pretty precious. So anything that you can do to help make sure that if you do have a tip over, and believe me when I tell you it happens, you can stay out there on the track, finish your weekend, and enjoy it if at all possible. So I think that has a lot of benefit with their line of parts. Once again, if you kind of want to get nice and tight on this, Josh, great machining. The quality's, I think, phenomenal. This is the Ducati 848 kit here. Best-selling kit right now. A lot of the Ducati guys are running this. The Triumph rear set has also been very, very popular. You can see here in the black anodizing, the multi-piece pedals. This is the brake pedal over here. Toe piece. Tons of engineering, design, and experience goes in to these parts. We're proud to offer it. We're the biggest Woodcraft dealer in the U.S. They have a great line of products, right? The rear sets, frame sliders, clip-ons. We've got a video on the case covers, got some new lever guards. We're going to have a video on here very shortly. So end of the day, let's just tie this up. We've got great quality, great design, very reasonably priced. One other advantage they do offer is replacement parts and options. These have been out long enough, and a lot of the pegs are the same, that you have a tip over, there's a strong possibility another guy in the paddock, he's going to have a peg or something, right? And be able to get you back on the track if you're badly damaged. These kits, several of these kits also offer the ability to use your stock brake lever and shift lever from the stock rear sets, which is pretty sweet too. That can reduce the cost on the rear sets if initially you choose to use those parts, or you can keep those parts as spares for down the road if your kit is one of those compatible kits. We try to call all that stuff out on the website. We've got the full catalog up there, right? Like I said, we keep a lot of it here in stock too. Biggest Woodcraft dealer. There's a reason for it. It's because we really believe in their products. They do a great job. They're a great team of people over there. Any questions or comments? We're always available for you. Orders at sportbiketrackgear.com is a good email address, or 888-784-4327 will bring you here toll free. I'm Brian Van from sportbiketrackgear.com. These are the Woodcraft Rearsets.